It's good to be back with you. So this class is youth-centered. So you can define what youth is. And of course, it is also appropriate for all ages. Everybody is welcome. So thank you so much for being here. Again, if you haven't practiced with me before or shared space with me, my name is Leanne, and I'm very happy to be with you at whatever time this is for you. So today's class is a yoga class. We'll do some movement, we'll do some breathing, and this class is all focused around the arrival of spring. So spring themes are all about there being more light. Of course, like things are blooming, so we're seeing, depending on what is local to where you currently are situated, you may see flowers blooming, different kinds of wildlife, different patterns of the sun, right? So in a way, to our human spirit, this can be very exciting. It can be depressing. I mean, it can be a lot of different things. One thing for sure is that it is changing, right? So nature is changing and we are changing. So I invite us just to kind of step into this energy of spring together in our practice. So, you know, we're coming collectively out of a whole year of living in a pandemic. And there's a certain amount of intense that comes with that, right? And so this class is all about just stepping into spring, stepping into the energy of spring, and just, you know, you can choose how you want to do that. Maybe it's more like a celebration. Maybe it's like you're just kind of like, oh, okay, I'll do it. You know, whatever you want it to be is perfect. Okay. So we're going to start with a hand gesture. I'm going to come close to the screen to show you. This is called Lotus. So a lotus is a flower. And you put your thumbs together like this and your pinkies together, and then the other fingers are open. And so this is called the lotus hand position. So we're actually going to start today in a standing up position. So placing your feet where they're comfortable, have a little bit of a bend in your knees maybe. Usually it's a little more comfy to stand with a slight bend instead of legs all the way straight, okay? All right, so just stand comfortably, and if you're not comfy standing today, feel free to sit. We're going to bring our hands into this lotus position. You can use this anytime. So the lotus position is for uplifting our mood, uplifting our thoughts, but it's also part of honoring our personal process, because the story of the lotus flower is that it grows in like the deepest, darkest mud of the swamp. So where you would be like, oh, I don't want to step in there. It's like dark and cold and I don't know what's down there. And it grows up through the swamp and then becomes what is considered to be one of the most beautiful and fragrant flowers on the planet. So the sort of story is that is what our human experience is like, that it cycles and we go through all of those phases. So take a moment, have the lotus position anywhere you want it to be. Some people like to put it up close to their head to kind of calm their energy, some down closer to the belly. Take a moment, you can have your eyes here open or closed. And just notice where you are this today, wherever you are. Notice where you are on your journey. So do you feel more like you're growing through the mud and the muck? Are you kind of like a seed with an idea ready to bloom? Or do you feel like you're in bloom, light, open? And then of course, there's many different ways you could feel or be that I'm not mentioning. So take a few breaths and just notice where you are. And then we're going to start to move this lotus. So inhale, stretch your lotus way up above your head. I think my hands will go off the screen. Oh no, they're still there. Good. Exhale, circle your arms wide and down. So this is warming up our shoulders and back. Bring your hands back to the lotus. Inhale up. So you're going to start to go at your own pace. Okay. So you do not have to stay at my rhythm. Inhale up. And open arms wide. Let's do two more just like this. Come on up. Try to move with your breath. So just remembering that yoga is about moving, but it's also about noticing our breath. Now, the next time you lift this up above your head, hold it up, separate your arms, bring one arm down to the side and lean over. So it doesn't matter which way you go, just lean to the side. Good. Now, the way that I do the shapes, I've been teaching yoga since 2005. So the way that I do the shapes may not be the way that you do the shapes. I also shoveled a giant load of dirt off of a truck today. So again, you might have more energy than me today. So please do your practice the way it feels good in your body. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Good. Now inhale, come up, reach up, and see if you can make that flower above your head. Exhale, pull it down to the middle. Yeah. Inhale, stretch your arms down, out, and up. Exhale, hands down the middle. Now go at your own pace. So a theme that comes up a lot in spring, and it's interesting because some of us, we don't always feel joyous, but a big theme in spring in many, many cultures is joy. So first, just notice how even that word makes you feel. And just know some of the movements we're doing are tailored for sort of enhancing joy, making room for joy. Now take this arm movement, reach up above your head, make a flower up above your head, separate your arms, lean the other way. So whichever way you didn't go before. Good, and then take a few breaths. I'm gonna do no storytelling, a little more quiet on this side. So you can just breathe. Good, and then come up, reach your arms overhead. This time just reach up, palms forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Exhale through your mouth. Go, ha. Inhale up, reach arms to sky. Exhale, ha. Come down. Inhale up, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, ha. Now keep going this way. If bending forward the way that I'm doing is not good in your body, you can do this instead. So you'll inhale up, exhale, just sweep your arms. Inhale up. So either way, totally fine. Inhale up and sweep. Let's do two more. Wherever you are. Inhale up. Sweep. And up. And sweep. Good. Now last time, inhale up, reach up. You're going to let your arms just drop. And if you didn't let your arms just drop, if you were like, oh, I did something different and you want to try it, do it again. Inhale up and arms just drop. Good. Wow, that was like an intense drop. My arm was super heavy and just like kerplunked on me. Okay, I guess that was the point. All right, now we're going to start to open up more through the shoulders, kind of expanding our sort of capacity for breathing. So pressing down through your feet, take your arms if you can forward, move them up, circle them back and down. Okay, now just to point out again, some of your circles may look more like this, and some may look a little bit bigger. But again, every movement, every body is welcome. So there's no movement or body that's doing better than another. There's no medals to be won or anything to be achieved. This is just for you. So just move and breathe here. Good. Now, making it a little more challenging, you're going to take one at a time, like you're doing a backstroke. So this one kind of makes it so that you can see as you come through the middle, your spine, it sort of twists a little bit. So it's a totally different movement. Good. Keep going this way. I know, it does get kind of tiring. You're like, oh gosh. Good. And then slowly release to the middle. Nice. Okay. So as we're celebrating spring, we're going to go ahead and do an early tree pose. So usually we do this closer to the end of our class. Today we're going to go right into it. If balance is challenging for you, like I have a wall over here, you could always come. Actually, I'll just show you at the wall. So, gosh, I hope I'm still on your screen. So you hold the wall with one hand. You turn the other leg, so the leg not close to the wall, out to the side. You could actually stand exactly like this. So this is tree pose. To make it a little harder, bring that foot in close. And then if you want to go deeper, you'll put the foot either above or below the knee. So this is below the knee. And then I have to use my hand to get it up above. If this feels pretty simple, you could always try to bring your hands to that lotus position, either at your heart or up above your head. Good. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Oh my gosh. One more big breath in. And release. Let your foot come down and pause. Nice. So second side, you could, of course, turn the other way if you're using a wall. I'm not going to do that. Just come back to the middle. So you can put the other foot down, turn the opposite leg out. And then again, you could stay just like this, lotus. And then you could come in and then above or below the knee. So this is called tree with lotus. So it's very grounding and uplifting at the same time. Okay. And this is only, a few classes that we've done together. So grounding is good for anxiety. It's good for stress. It's good for calming our system. And then something like lotus is good to elevate mood. If you feel foggy in the mind, which is a huge symptom of just having been in a pandemic for a year, right? So no judgment for the way anyone feels. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is excluded. But this is sort of the therapeutic value of the posture, right? Grounding and uplifting. Okay, we've been here forever. Release and come down. Now, shake out your legs. Just shake them out. Good. Okay, now come to stand. You might have to turn in the space that you're in, depending. You're going to see if you could take your legs wide like this. So this is wide base mountain. Okay, so hold this mountain for a moment, just standing in your feet. Now, if your feet feel too wide, they are. Okay, so move them closer together if you feel unstable here. Good. Now, coming into a star pose, stretch your arms out. So it's interesting, the stars, of course, when our seasons change, the stars change. So I was looking for the Little Dipper, walking my dogs last night, and it was over there. I was like, where is it? It's over there now. Good. Allow yourself a deep breath in. And then we're going to come into folded star or shooting star. Come forward and down. Release forward. Let your head relax. So here, I encourage you to bend your knees, right? So you have a nice bend in your knees and just fold downward between your legs. Good. Now from here, roll up, let your knees remain bent. Come all the way up and stand. Good. And then step your feet in. Good. Okay, so from here, we're going to comfortably come down to a seated position. And for me, I'm sitting on the ground. And if you did any of the other classes I've done, you know that right now you could also be sitting in a chair or on any piece of furniture. So please do not feel like you have to sit on the ground. Okay, so I'll give you just a second to find a seat. Okay, and then we're going to bring everything a little bit more into focus, and then we're going to do relaxation, which is the best part. Okay, so if we really want to elevate our joy, we have to be rested. Right? We have to focus on our rest. So we'll bring that into our yoga today too. So bringing your hands to your heart, and then open up into that lotus. Good. Stretch your lotus up above your head like you're lifting it up into the sky. And then as you exhale, turn to one side, let your arms come down. So again, doesn't really matter which way you go first. If you're in the chair, you'll just turn in the chair. You could place your hand on your hip or your leg. Just not forcing or straining. Good. And then here, see if you can breathe. So instead of holding the breath, see if you can create almost like when you let butter like sit on the counter for a while and it's nice and smooth. It's not hard. It's like so nice at that point. It's room temperature butter. Imagine that your breath were like room temperature butter. It's very, very smooth. Good, and then unwind, come up, reach overhead. See if you can make that lotus up above your head and then down to your heart. Good, and then come up, reach up, and then you're gonna turn the other way. So whichever way you didn't go before, just turn the other way. Good. Notice your breath here again, just letting your breath be nice and smooth. So we're really theming in our class tonight around spring. It is also Women's History Month, always a good thing to mention. So for our relaxation, you'll be hearing from one of my favorite women teachers, mystics, activists, powerhouse woman, and writer Alice Walker. So you'll hear a little reading from her in your relaxation tonight. Come on around, reach up, stretch your arms overhead, bring your hands into that lotus, and then down to heart. Now shake out your hands. I'm going to come close to the screen. So I want to just be able to show you something as I come forward. So now, if you're not comfortable how you're sitting, like if you chose to sit on the ground and you're like, this is awful, do yourself a favor, come to sit in a chair, because this is a meditation, right? So you want to be comfortable. You could also lie down. You might want to look and see what we're doing first, though. I think I just inhaled some sawdust. Okay, good. All right, so lotus. So again, this is sort of, it's difficult to access spaces like the light of spring and the beauty of the flowers and the joy in our hearts if we feel anxious, if we don't feel calm. So we're holding this lotus posture and we're going to do a breathing exercise that is calming. So this is a good one to do also, actually, if you have insomnia, you can't sleep. This is a calming, soothing breath. It's called Sitali pranayam. So you'll inhale with your coiled tongue like this. And then exhale through your nose. Inhale, coiled tongue. Exhale, nose. You don't have to lean forward the way I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing that. I just hope you can see me. Inhale, coiled tongue. Exhale, nose. Good. Now release the hands and just continue to do the breath. So inhale, coiled tongue. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, tongue. Oh, I forgot to say, and I really should have said, so keep doing that breath. Not everyone can coil their tongue. It's a genetic trait, and so people can't do it, and it's okay. You don't have to do it. You can inhale across a flat tongue. Just like that. And you just inhale across it. You hold your tongue towards the bottom of your mouth. And then you inhale across the top of it. Like you're sucking in through a straw almost. Good. I should have said that at the start, so I apologize if you were sitting there that whole time like, I can't coil my tongue. Yeah. That's the thing. We're not live, so I can't. I'm just like, I messed up. Okay. Coil tongue. All right. Good. All right. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Good, and then release the next time that you exhale, let the breath go. If you're in a position right now where you can come to a laying down position, lay down. So in the yoga tradition, one of the things that we put a lot of emphasis on is a rest. So anytime we do any practice, whether it's meditation, intention setting, breathing exercises, or the physical movements, it is always ended with Shavasana. This is called Shavasana in Sanskrit. Which means corpse pose, okay? A little bit morbid, however, it means that you're just choosing to be still. Okay, that you're going to pick a comfortable position where you can be still for a moment. So if laying down is not that for you, you could lay on your side, on your belly, lean against the wall. Take a moment of calm. I'm going to read to you. This is, again, Alice Walker. Let the joyful heart that knows the dance return. I'm going to read that again because it's so nice. Let the joyful heart that knows the dance return. Sorrow has banished it. Grief has stilled my feet. But there remains internal movement toward life's margin where all begins again in solemn beat. Take just a few breaths in quiet. And then when you're ready, just gently start to, if you want to, because I'm going to stop the video in a moment. And of course, you can keep laying down and resting. Actually, in fact, I encourage it if you have more time to just do absolutely nothing and rest, then why not? Why not do that? And as we end our time together for this class, I wanted to share with you what I was reading from. It is Alice Walker. And the title is Hard Times Require Furious Dancing. And she's awesome, and I love her so much. She's been a great teacher. I got to go to a live workshop about a week ago where she was the presenter, and it felt like being in a workshop with like just someone you never thought you would get to do that with. That's what I'll say. So thank you for spending your time doing this. And I hope that it was beneficial. Dareth and Autumn and I are very open to your requests about what you want to learn and things you want to work on in yoga with me or this practice with me. So we are here for your requests. They will relay them to me. And I'm happy to focus on things you want to focus on. So thank you. Peace to you all.